my.
Don't you think we're better together? Oh, I think we are.
Okay, so my blood counts did drop. Well, they've been dropping, but today they decided it's time to do the Neupogen shot, and my nurse just came in with it, so here we go. It wasn't bad last time, I don't think. I feel like, have we met?
We might have met a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I need to get this shot.
Okay, sounds good. The shot first. Frey light plug in. That's very cute. Frey line, Frey. I always say Frey, I'm sorry.
Oh my. Wow, that hurt way worse the last time. Sorry.
Good job.
Gosh, that hurt way worse. I don't remember it hurting last time, but whatever, it's in. I think I had heard, now that I remember, I feel like friends who have had Neupogen, because sometimes post-transplant, I've had post-transplant friends who have needed Neupogen. Neupogen is not used a lot in the CF world. My body just really struggles with keeping my blood counts safe and stable. Basically, the IV antibiotics can cause bone marrow suppression. So your bone marrow makes the blood cells. But that is also combined with my spleen, which has portal hypertension, and it sucks up blood cells as well. So I've got kind of a few different issues going on. But anyway, we started the Neupogen the last time I was on IVs, and it worked. So this time we kind of knew going into it, we're probably gonna need to use it again. And sure enough, here I am, I had 2 days of IVs. Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday. I had like 1 dose on Monday, but full day of Tuesday, full day of Wednesday, and now here it's Thursday and I needed the Neupogen. And then the plan going out is I will need to have pretty much daily blood work to monitor to make sure the Neupogen's doing its job, and then we can do more Neupogen injections as needed. Ideally as few as possible, just because there are side effects with everything. I did not have bad side effects last time, but that could always change, and I have a friend who had really unfortunate, just like it, yeah, big, not good side effects. So we will take it as it comes, as we always kind of talk about doing. And the other people, which we were laughing after we shut the camera off, but somebody else from my team was in here and she didn't realize we were filming, and she was like, oh no, was I in the background talking about your last name? Like, is it Frey or Fry? Well, that brings up a good point. It's Fry, like French fry, even though it's spelled like Frey. So she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's totally fine. It's a good educational point to bring up. It's pronounced Fry, the Fry life. Also, we just realized, I'm not sure if we said good morning.
Having some afternoon rest in the windowsill. Mary's hooked up to imipenem. Did you correlate that that's how you're feeling? She starts getting like a little shaky, like feverish a little bit.
I did not even correlate that.
A little bit nauseous, so she came over here on the windowsill and we're just resting.
But I'm like less than 45 minutes till I need to go because we're doing a 6-minute walk test.
Yeah.
So I need to bounce back.
Well, why don't you rest for now? You got 45 minutes and then you can do your walk test.
I think I have 47 minutes.
Okay, good.
I don't want to lose a minute.
Well, there you have 45 minutes to rest and 2 minutes to get ready.
There we go. Holy moly. I just got back. Of course, I'm recovered now. I look like nothing happened. But I just got back from my 6-minute walk test, and it was interesting. I actually had a really interesting discussion with my PT 2 PT therapists, and well, I guess that's redundant. Physical therapists. My physical therapists. Just talking about the fact that these sorts of tests they can be helpful, but they can also be, I don't know if the word is misleading, but anyway, it's just like you guys have heard me talk about my pulmonary function tests. Those can be helpful, but also misleading. It's just like you don't take all the information from one source, okay? You blow into the machine and you see what number comes out, and then you take that into consideration. You make as informed of treatment decisions as possible, and you move on. And so this walk test is one of the tests that they're using on admission and then discharge to see, instead of just blowing into a machine, can we see a benefit for the patient walking, and like how their heart rate stays, how their oxygen stays, and how that feeling of exertion stays, and be able to gauge improvements or declines. And I told them, like, I respect what the test is about and why it is like in place, but you know, when I was done the test, they said, you did a good job, like you walked pretty far. And like, honestly, I started crying because I was like, that kind of makes me feel like a crazy person, because I don't feel good, and that was really, really hard. I guess I'm at the point where the number on a paper, the amount of steps I took in 6 minutes, means nothing at this point. Like, we are here, I'm on all these IVs, and we're gonna do surgery to try to help. I know I'm getting into like the nowhere land in my conversation, but I guess I'm recognizing that, and this was the conclusion of our conversation actually, just like pulmonary function test, just like a walk test, just like anything in life, it works well for some patients, and it's less helpful in other patients, like PFTs. If somebody's PFTs, you know, like, so for me, my PFTs typically don't drop very quickly. They drop very kind of suddenly, or what's the word, gradually, but persistently, whatever. But mine, since they dropped the amount that they dropped in the last month, we took that as a sign. Whereas for somebody else, a drop that big wouldn't be alarming. So you see where I'm going. The walk test will be a very helpful tool for some people. And I think this whole conversation came after, at the end of the walk test, I was coughing so hard, and I'm in the hallway, like, people are walking around me, and like, I just felt like, well, hope that satisfies them. Like, I don't know. But I was glad that like my PTs totally understand me. Like, they know me so well, so I'm allowed to share my thoughts. Peter just got back from a walk. Hi.
Yeah. Well,
so it went well. No, it went well. Like, I did it. It went well. And I guess when I told, you know, they go through this list of like numbers, how exerted do you feel and that sort of thing, I told them, like, I was like at the end of my exertion.
Yeah.
And so I told them the number, and she was like, well, honestly, like, that's higher than I would want you to be. I wouldn't want you to be functioning at that much. So then that made me think, oh, so if I knew that, then I would have slowed down and not exerted myself. So then it would have looked like I walked less. So that's where tests are in place for a reason, but tests are not flawless.
Yeah.
So,
and things like that are like subjective to all kinds of factors of,
yeah,
whatever. But
anyway, so I did it, and it's fine, and I had a good little cry about it.
Really?
But I saw my PTs, and they were awesome.
Cool.
To all my PTs, I love you.
Well, hey guys, it's been quite a few hours since we talked to you last, and here's what happened. I ended up going home this evening for a couple of hours to take care of some laundry, pack up store orders, do some work, and get things from the house. So while I was home, I stopped by our garden and I reaped a harvest of good vegetables. We have purple green beans, or purple bush beans. We call them purple green beans right here. And we have one tomato. Can I eat a purple green bean?
Of course. I didn't expect you to. I expected you to eat them all there.
I ate a couple while I was picking them, but they're just delicious. They're purple on the outside, green on the inside. But before I went home, the sinus surgeon, otherwise known as an ENT doctor,
or an ORL, otolaryngologist.
Yeah, is there a difference between an ENT and an ORL?
I don't know.
Good question. But she stopped in and we talked about sinus surgery.
Right. So we had been, really interested to talk with her about all the complications from the last surgery.
Back in 2014.
Right. So we discussed what my platelets were then and how much bleeding there was. She said she's going to talk to the anesthesiologist and discuss the bruising that I had in my soft palate in my upper whatever, which was another issue. And she said, since you're going to be here, we'll be able to keep your pain well controlled, because there was a lot of pain after the last one. And she also said, looking at your CAT scan, this sinus cavity in your up here, if you didn't know this, there's I think 8 sinus cavities all over inside your head. It's not just 2 little nose holes. And so this sinus cavity is especially it looked bad on the scan. So she's gonna go in and drill up in here and open up that sinus cavity. So it sounds like a good plan. She agreed with us, this isn't without risk, but if we can either help the headaches or the lung situation, then it would be a success. But like I said, there are no guarantees, and so going in with lower lung function is a risk, but we don't really have many options at this point, so we're gonna do it. And we were just really glad to be able to talk with her today. And I took a shower and washed my hair and put on my jumpsuit, my one-piece thing, and realized, what do I do with these? Okay, guess we'll just put them like that. It works while I'm laying down, but it won't work tomorrow. So, oh well. And yeah, I've just kind of been laying here the last little while, waiting for Peter and Ollie to get back. The nausea meds didn't work as well this dose, but I'm guessing that's because I was up and about. Oh well, they usually do work, so I'm thankful for that. But that's our day. That was our day today. I need to take a couple meds, and then we'll see you in a minute. Can't tell if it's nausea or hunger. And then you're like, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna see these chips again.
Yeah, it's a risky move. Eat Pringles when you're not sure if it's nausea or hunger.
I'm pretty sure it's hunger because I think the nausea is over.
Oh good. That's a good thing. And then Pringles are a good thing. What a day. Another day in the hospital. Another day in the Frey life.
Conquered.
Boom.
And
as always, we will see you tomorrow. Good night. And good night, buddy. See you tomorrow.